In the vastness of space, the Galactic Council watched over many worlds. They were a powerful group, made up of leaders from different planets. One day, they noticed strange signals coming from the empty space between universes. The signals were unlike anything they had ever seen before. It was a mystery that stirred curiosity among the council members. "Should we investigate?" asked Commander Zarek, a wise and seasoned leader. His eyes sparkled with excitement. This could be a chance to discover something new. The council debated for a while. Some members were worried. "What if it's a trap?" warned Lady Vera, a cautious diplomat. "We can't risk our safety for a mystery." But the desire for knowledge was strong. After much discussion, the council decided to send a team of scientists and diplomats to investigate the source of the signals. They chose the best among them, a mix of brave warriors and clever thinkers, ready to face the unknown. As their ship traveled through the void, the crew felt both excitement and fear. The vast emptiness of space surrounded them, and the silence was eerie. Commander Zarek led the team, determined to uncover the truth. They followed the signals, navigating through dark and uncharted territories. Finally, they arrived at the source of the signals. What they saw took their breath away. Before them was a hidden colony of humans, thriving in the void between universes. The colony was surrounded by shimmering lights and energy fields that pulsed with life. Humans had created homes, farms, and gardens, all floating in the emptiness. "Look at that!" gasped Dr. Lena, the team's scientist. "They've built a whole community here." The humans were busy working, unaware of the visitors observing from their ship. They used strange machines to harness energy from the void, turning it into food and power. It was a sight that filled the council members with awe. "I can't believe they've managed to survive out here," whispered Captain Rhea, a skilled pilot. "This place is like nothing we've ever seen." The council team landed their ship gently, eager to meet the humans. As they stepped out, they were greeted by a group of curious faces. The humans approached with a mix of caution and curiosity. Their clothing was simple but functional, and their eyes shone with intelligence. "Welcome to our colony," said a man with kind eyes and a warm smile. "I am Marcus, the leader here." Commander Zarek stepped forward, extending his hand. "We come in peace. We are from the Galactic Council, and we've heard the signals from your colony. We wanted to learn about how you thrive in this void." The humans exchanged glances, their expressions shifting from caution to curiosity. "You've traveled from far away to find us?" Marcus asked, surprised. "Most beings avoid this place," Dr. Lena spoke up. "We were drawn by the energy readings and the incredible stories of survival." "Your community is remarkable," the humans nodded, pride evident in their voices. "We've learned to adapt and create our own world here," said a woman named Sarah. "It wasn't easy, but we worked together using our skills to survive." The council members listened intently as the humans shared their stories. They talked about the challenges they faced and the innovations they developed. The council members were captivated, realizing how resourceful and strong these humans were. "We thought we were alone in the void," Marcus said, his voice filled with hope. "But if you are here, maybe we can learn from each other." The council members exchanged glances, feeling a sense of connection. They had come seeking answers, and now they found themselves inspired by the strength of the human spirit. As the sun set in the distance, casting a warm glow over the colony, the humans and council members sat together, sharing food and laughter. They talked about dreams for the future, imagining what could be possible if they worked together. In that moment, the council realized that they had stumbled upon something special. The hidden colony was not just a discovery, it was a new beginning, a chance for cooperation and understanding in a universe that often felt so vast and lonely. The Galactic Council was buzzing with excitement after their first meeting with the humans. Commander Zarek felt a sense of hope he hadn't experienced in years. The hidden colony was a beacon of resilience, and he knew they had to learn more about these remarkable people. The council quickly organized a gathering. They invited Marcus, the human leader, and several other humans to join them in a grand hall aboard their ship. This would be a chance to share ideas and secrets. Zarek believed that together they could create something amazing. As the humans arrived, they were greeted warmly. The council members stood in rows, eager to meet their guests. Marcus walked in with a confident smile, followed by Sarah and a few others from the colony. They looked around, amazed by the advanced technology and the size of the ship. "Welcome to our ship," Commander Zarek said, gesturing to the large room filled with screens and holograms. "We are excited to learn from you." The humans took a seat at a long table. Zarek began the meeting by asking Marcus to share their story. "How did you come to thrive in the void?" he inquired. Marcus took a deep breath, clearly proud of his people. "Years ago, we found ourselves lost in this empty space. At first, we were scared and uncertain, but we had to survive. We worked together, pooling our skills and knowledge. We learned how to use the energy around us. We created machines that could harness the void's power." The council members listened intently. Dr. Lena leaned forward, her eyes wide with curiosity. "What kind of machines? How do they work?" Sarah smiled and spoke up. "We use special crystals found in the void. They can absorb energy and convert it into power for our homes. We also develop devices to grow food using minimal resources. It's all about making the best use of what we have." Commander Zarek nodded, impressed. "That is incredible. We have many resources, but your ability to adapt is inspiring." As the conversation continued, the council members began to share their own technology and ideas. They explained their advanced ships, communication devices, and the various technologies that help them maintain peace in the galaxy. "Your technology is impressive," Marcus said, his eyes sparkling with interest. "But how do you keep the peace among so many different races?" Zarek smiled. "We believe in dialogue and understanding. It's important to listen to each other's needs. We work hard to maintain balance, but it isn't always easy." The humans shared their experiences as well. They spoke about their struggles and how they overcame challenges by working together. "When one of us faces a problem, the rest of the community steps in to help," Sarah explained. "We've learned that strength comes from unity." The council members were captivated by the humans' spirit. They had faced enormous challenges and still found a way to thrive. This resonated with the council's own struggles. Zarek realized that they had much to learn from each other. As the meeting went on, ideas flowed back and forth. They discussed possible collaborations, from technology exchanges to joint exploration missions in the void. The atmosphere was filled with excitement and hope. Suddenly, a council member named Lady Vera raised a concern. "But what about the dangers out here? There are many unknowns in the void. How do you protect yourselves?" Marcus glanced at Sarah, then replied confidently, "We have developed defense systems. Our machines can create barriers using energy to shield us from threats. We also work as a community to keep watch. If something dangerous approaches, we alert each other quickly." Zarek admired their proactive approach. "It seems we share a common goal, to protect our homes and ensure our survival." As the meeting came to an end, the council members and humans agreed to continue their partnership. They promised to exchange knowledge and support each other. The bond between them grew stronger, and they began to see a future where both races could thrive together. As the humans left the ship, they felt a sense of belonging. They had found allies in the Galactic Council, and with this new partnership, they could explore new possibilities. "Today was just the beginning," Marcus said to his people, a smile spreading across his face. "Together we can achieve great things." The sun set behind the void, casting a beautiful glow over the hidden colony. Hope filled the air, and the future looked bright for both humans and the Galactic Council. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united as one. The partnership between the Galactic Council and the humans was off to a promising start. Both sides were eager to learn from each other, and it seemed like nothing could go wrong. However, not everyone was happy about this new alliance. Unbeknownst to the Council and the humans, a group of rebels had been watching from the shadows. These rebels, known as the Void Raiders, were a dangerous and ruthless faction. They lived in the void, attacking unsuspecting colonies and ships for their resources. They saw the growing bond between the humans and the Council as a threat to their dominance. "They think they can build a colony here and rule the void?" sneered Korak, the leader of the Void Raiders. His cold eyes gleamed with hatred as he watched the human colony from afar. "We'll show them who really controls this space." Korak gathered his crew, a mix of fierce warriors and skilled pilots. They prepared for an attack, loading their ships with powerful weapons and cloaking devices that would allow them to sneak up on the colony undetected. Their plan was simple: strike fast, take what they could, and destroy everything in their path. Meanwhile, back at the human colony, life continued peacefully. Marcus and his people were working with the Galactic Council members to build new technologies and strengthen their defenses. Commander Zarek had grown fond of the humans, and he spent much of his time helping them improve their energy shields and communication systems. But as the humans and the council worked together, the Void Raiders moved closer. Using their cloaking devices, they silently slipped past the colony's outer defenses. No one noticed the danger approaching. It wasn't until the first explosion rocked the colony that the humans realized they were under attack. "What was that?" Marcus shouted, rushing out of his home as smoke filled the sky. Alarms blared throughout the colony, and people ran in every direction, confused and frightened. Commander Zarek, who had been working in the council's ship, immediately sprang into action. "We're under attack!" he yelled, grabbing his communicator. "Everyone, to your stations! We need to defend the colony!" The Void Raiders descended from the sky like a storm, their ships firing lasers and dropping bombs. The humans, though unprepared, reacted quickly. Marcus and his team activated the energy shields they had been working on, creating a barrier around the most important parts of the colony. But the rebels were relentless. They blasted through the shields with their advanced weapons, causing buildings to collapse and fires to spread. The colony was in chaos, and the Void Raiders showed no mercy. As the battle raged, Marcus realized that the humans couldn't fight alone. They needed help. He grabbed his communicator and sent a distress signal to the council's ship. "We're being overwhelmed! We need reinforcements!" Commander Zarek received the message and immediately ordered his crew to engage the enemy. The council's ships, equipped with advanced weapons and skilled pilots, flew into the battle, firing at the raiders. A fierce dogfight erupted in the sky above the colony, with ships weaving in and out of the explosions. On the ground, the humans fought bravely. They used everything they had, from makeshift weapons to their knowledge of the Void's unique energy. Sarah, one of the colony's brightest engineers, led a group of defenders using energy blasts from their machines to push back the attackers. "We won't let them destroy us," Sarah shouted, her voice full of determination. She fired at a raider ship, causing it to explode in a ball of fire. The tide of the battle began to turn. With the council's reinforcements and the humans' fierce defense, the Void Raiders found themselves struggling. Their ships were being destroyed one by one, and their ground forces were losing control. Korak, watching from his command ship, snarled in frustration. "Retreat!" he ordered. "We'll come back another time when they're not ready for us." As quickly as they had appeared, the Void Raiders vanished into the void, leaving behind destruction and chaos. But the humans and the council had won. The colony was damaged, but not destroyed. The people had survived the surprise attack. After the battle, Marcus stood with Commander Zarek, looking over the wreckage of their home. "That was too close," Marcus said, his voice heavy with exhaustion. Zarek nodded. "We'll rebuild, and next time we'll be ready." The humans and the council had faced their first test together. Though it had been a surprise, they had stood strong, and now they knew that the void was not as empty as it seemed. There were dangers out there, but with their new alliance, they could face whatever came next. The colony was still recovering from the surprise attack by the Void Raiders. Buildings were being repaired, and the wounded were receiving care. But Marcus and Commander Zarek knew that it was only a matter of time before the Raiders struck again. They couldn't afford to be caught off guard a second time. "We need to be prepared," Marcus said firmly as he stood in the command center with Zarek. "Korak won't give up easily. He'll come back with a bigger force," Zarek agreed. "We need to strike first before they have a chance to hit us again. This time we take the fight to them." The council and the humans quickly got to work, planning their counterattack. They had gathered information on the Void Raiders' hideout, a massive fortress hidden deep within the void. It was heavily defended, but the humans and the council now had a plan. Together, they would strike at the heart of the raiders. "We'll use a two-pronged attack," Zarek explained to the group. "The council's fleet will engage their ships while the humans will lead the ground assault." Marcus looked around at his people. They were tired, still recovering from the last battle, but their eyes burned with determination. They knew this fight was necessary, not just for their survival, but to protect their new alliance with the council. The day of the big fight arrived. The combined fleet of council ships and human vessels traveled through the void, heading straight for the raiders' hideout. The void was eerily quiet as they approached, the stars distant and cold, but the tension was thick in the air. "Stay sharp," Marcus said to his team, gripping the controls of his ship. "This is going to be tough." As they neared the raiders' fortress, the enemy ships suddenly appeared, just as expected. The Void Raiders had been waiting for them. Korak's fleet launched a barrage of firepower, but this time, the humans and council were ready. "Engage!" Zarek shouted through the comms, and the sky lit up with laser fire and explosions as the two forces clashed. The Council ships, with their advanced technology, led the charge, taking out raider ships with precision strikes. The humans, though fewer in number, flew with skill and daring, dodging enemy fire and hitting back with everything they had. Marcus maneuvered his ship through the chaos, targeting raider ships one by one. "We're holding our own," he called out to his team, but he knew the real challenge lay ahead. While the space battle raged on, the ground assault team, led by Sarah, was preparing to breach the raiders' fortress. They had landed on a barren rock near the fortress, using the chaos of the space battle to sneak closer without being detected. "We need to disable their shields," Sarah told her team. "Once those are down, our ships can hit them directly." The ground team moved quickly, weaving through the rocky terrain toward the fortress. They were met with resistance as raider troops poured out of the fortress to stop them, but the humans fought fiercely. Sarah led the charge, using her energy weapons to blast through enemy lines. "We're close!" Sarah shouted, her heart pounding as they neared the shield generator. She could see it up ahead, guarded by a squad of raiders. Without hesitation, the humans launched a full assault. The battle was intense, with laser blasts flying in every direction, but the humans pushed forward. Sarah fought with everything she had, dodging enemy fire and taking out raiders one by one. Finally, they reached the shield generator. "Now!" Sarah yelled. Her team planted explosives on the generator, and within seconds, a massive explosion rocked the ground. The shields around the fortress flickered and then collapsed. "We did it!" Sarah cheered, but there was no time to rest. The raiders were regrouping, and they weren't going down without a fight. Back in space, Marcus saw the shields go down. "That's our chance," he shouted to Zarek. "Hit them hard!" The Council ships unleashed a devastating barrage of firepower on the now exposed fortress. Explosions erupted across the raider base, and their ships began to fall apart under the intense assault. Korak, watching from his command ship, knew he was losing. "Retreat!" he roared, but it was too late. His forces were crumbling, and the humans and Council were closing in on him. As the raider fleet fell into disarray, Marcus and Zarek pushed forward, leading the final charge. Korak's ship was surrounded, and with one final blast, it exploded in a massive fireball. The battle was over. The Void Raiders had been defeated. As the smoke cleared, Marcus and Zarek stood together, looking at the remains of the fortress. "We did it," Marcus said, exhausted but relieved. Zarek nodded, a small smile on his face. "We won this fight, but we'll need to stay vigilant. The void is full of dangers," Marcus agreed. But for now, they had secured peace, at least for a while. Together, the humans and the Council had proven their strength, and their alliance had only grown stronger. The battle with the Void Raiders had finally ended. The humans and the Galactic Council had won, securing not only the colony's safety, but their place in the void. The once hostile space, filled with unknown dangers, now held the promise of a new beginning. Marcus stood at the edge of the colony, watching as workers repaired the last of the damaged buildings. The air buzzed with activity, but it was no longer filled with fear. Instead, there was hope. "We've come a long way," Marcus said quietly to Sarah, who stood beside him. She had been instrumental in disabling the raiders' shields, and her quick thinking had saved the colony from certain destruction. Sarah smiled, looking out at the horizon. "It's hard to believe it's over. We fought so hard, and now it feels like we can really start to build something." The victory had strengthened the bond between the humans and the Galactic Council. What began as a cautious alliance had turned into a partnership built on trust and respect. Commander Zarek, who had once viewed the humans as little more than curious newcomers, now saw them as equals. He approached Marcus and Sarah, his usual stern expression softened. "The Council is impressed with your people, Marcus," Zarek said. "We've seen your strength, your resilience. You've earned a place among the stars." Marcus nodded. "We couldn't have done it without your help, Zarek. Together, we've built something stronger than any of us could have imagined." The Council's fleet, which had once been stationed as protection, now stood ready to assist the humans in expanding their reach in the void. Plans were already being made for new colonies, research stations, and joint ventures between the two groups. The void, once feared and mysterious, was now an open frontier. "We'll be exploring the far reaches soon," Sarah said excitedly. "There's so much out there, so much we haven't seen." "We're just getting started," Zarek smiled. "And we'll be right beside you. The Council has agreed to a long-term alliance. Your people have proven their worth, and we want to be part of what you're building here. The humans had not only survived the void, but thrived in it. They had shown that they could face its dangers head-on, and now they were ready to lead the way into its uncharted territories. The colony was no longer a hidden refuge. It was a beacon of what humanity could accomplish when faced with the unknown. As the sun set over the colony, casting long shadows across the buildings, Marcus felt a deep sense of pride. His people had faced incredible odds, and they had won. But more than that, they had found allies in the Council, proving that even in the vast emptiness of space, unity was their greatest strength. "What do you think is next?" Sarah asked, her eyes filled with excitement for the future. Marcus thought for a moment. "We build, we explore, and we make sure that no matter what happens, we're ready." Zarek nodded in agreement. "The void holds many more secrets. We've only just begun to understand it. But together, I have no doubt that we will unlock its mysteries." As the days passed, the colony flourished. New technologies were developed, and the humans began to adapt to life in the void more easily. The Council shared their vast knowledge of the universe, helping the humans build stronger ships, better defenses, and more efficient ways to harvest resources from the void. Word of the humans' success spread throughout the galaxy. Other species, once hesitant or even fearful of them, now looked to them as pioneers of the void. Offers of trade, partnerships, and alliances came pouring in, and the humans found themselves at the center of a new era of cooperation. For the first time, the future felt bright and full of possibility. Marcus, Sarah, and Zarek stood together looking out at the stars. They had fought hard for this future, and now it was theirs to shape. "The void is vast," Marcus said, his voice filled with hope. "But with friends like you, Zarek, it doesn't seem so empty anymore." Zarek smiled. "No, it doesn't. Together, we'll make sure it stays that way." As the stars twinkled above them, the humans and the Council prepared to face whatever came next, knowing that they had the strength, the courage, and the unity to thrive in the void between universes.